One of the most common questions is just, swimmers at any level, they're asking like, what do I eat before swim practice or before a swim meet? I think those two time frames and what do I eat are, and I know it's different per person and what their goals are and things like that, but how would you go about like answering that question? Because I know there's a surface level and you could go a little deeper. So maybe walk us through how you should approach that.
Yeah, so when I work with a client on that, mainly our big goals are how long is your activity going to be and how long do you have before your activity? So let's say you're a casual swimmer and you've got an hour for a workout and you're, say leaving work or leaving school for your afternoon swim. If you have an hour before that, before your kind of hour-long workout, something light with carbs is totally fine. A couple crackers, maybe a piece of fruit, maybe swig like a little bit of juice, something like that. You don't need too much right before like an hour-long workout. If you were to work out longer, so let's say you're going for a 2-hour swim or even like planning on 3 hours, something like that, like a longer swim, you need more fuel for that. So you kind of need to plan ahead of time for that. So of course you want to have like a good solid meal about 4 or 5 hours before that. And then as you get closer to that, you kind of want an emphasis a little bit more on carbs and protein before that, and a little bit more time to digest that. So maybe like 90 minutes, like an hour and a half. Mm-hmm. An example of a snack for that could be like maybe a cheese stick and some crackers, or piece of fruit with a little bit of yogurt. Something quick, something easy, doesn't have to be super complicated. But having a little bit of protein on board for a longer swim can actually help you. It's just going to be that adequate fuel that you need before that swim.
Cool. Yeah. So that's some good ideas for before the workout. And I always think about it when I tell people, it's like, it's not just before, but it's during and after. So now if we move into the workout, maybe a shorter version and longer version, how can swimmers make sure they're staying hydrated and fueled depending on how long they're working out?
Yeah. And you know what? That's something I totally struggled with when I was swimming. I never had a water bottle. I was so terrible. I would always, I would just, go to the pool deck, nothing in hand, and I don't encourage that. So you always want to have a sport bottle or something that's easy for you, maybe at the end of your lane line. Typically, you want to aim for anywhere between like 16 to like 24 ounces in an hour-long workout. I even just say if you have a break, just get some fluid in. And then if you're exercising for just an hour, all you need is water. You don't need anything crazy, no electrolytes, anything like that. Just keep kind of hydrating during that workout. If you're going longer than an hour, say it's an hour to 2 hours, even that 3-hour mark, you want to have some carbs in your sports drink. So you want to have something like even like a diluted Gatorade or a diluted Powerade that has some sugar in it, because you need those carbs to kind of get through that workout. So even having that sports drink and your water bottle on the pool deck and kind of going between both of those can be really helpful during longer workouts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, totally. And I always tell people, you're putting in the time anyway, the 30 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours into the workout, may as well get the most out of it. And I think nutrition is an area you can't forget. So we've completed the swim or the workout, and now it's like we're really hungry. So I have 2 questions here. Number one, how fast should you be trying to replenish? Because I know there's like that rule, I don't know if it's a rule or a myth, about replenishing sooner rather than later. Maybe that we'll go with one question at a time. So maybe we'll talk about that. Timing.
Yeah. So I always look at it as what's the time frame till your next meal. So if you're grabbing your stuff, putting your, clothes back on, and hey, I'm going to go home and I'm going to have a meal, that's totally fine. Have that meal. You just want to make sure it's balanced. So you want to have all your kind of food, most of your food groups in there, your carbs, you want to have your protein, have some fat, maybe some veggies, things like that. I really, with a lot of my clients, I use what I call performance plates. It's kind of a common practice and for a lot of sports nutritionists as well, but it's a way of looking at your plate based off how was my training today and how should I portion my plate to fit that. So let's say you had a really hard training session, half that plate should at minimum be carbs. So your potatoes, your rice, breads, whatever it is, half that plate you want to have for those carbs. And then a quarter of your plate for protein, and then a quarter of veggies. So I know something that I always made a mistake of as a really young swimmer was I was like, veggies are good for me. I should have more veggies, right? But if I'm crowding my plate with veggies, I'm missing out on those fuel groups. I'm missing out on the carbs and the protein that are going to help me repair and replenish after that workout. If you have a little bit more time till your next meal after your workout, let's say it's like an afternoon swim and you're not eating dinner till 7 or anything like that, have a snack. So you want to make sure that you have something right after that. The timing, you don't have to be as specific about it, but have something within like an hour or two. And I would recommend having protein and carbs. So a lot of people, for some people, maybe if you don't feel hungry after a workout, having something like chocolate milk can be a really easy thing and delicious.
Yeah.
But I think for a lot of swimmers, we really struggle with hunger. Like, I know that's something I'm always
I was going to say, yes.
So eating, like, it's okay to eat. So kind of same concept as I talked about those, like pre-swim snacks with like the protein and carbs. You can do like some, maybe some cereal and yogurt or cereal and milk, or what else could you do? Like banana and peanut butter, stuff like that. So having a little bit of protein and carbs, mainly carbs, is going to help you recover and replenish after that workout.